Hey, what's up? Today I'm gonna be showing the app that I just finished building recently. This is my first mobile app that I built, and as you can see, it's a calorie tracker, very similar to MyFitnessPal. But as you can see, the style of the app is a lot different from MyFitnessPal. This one has a futuristic style. It's like a cyberpunk theme that I decided to go with for this app, right? Because I liked it. So you can navigate between settings and diary tabs. You can navigate between days. So what can you do with this app, right? You can add calories. It can track your calories. How? I'll show you how. So first, if you wanted to, let's say, change your goals, right? If you wanted to customize your goals, you can come here. You can come here and change the calorie number to like 2,050, 7,000 calories if you want, right? Why not? And then if you want to have something like 300 grams of protein, you could also do it. Lock the log, come back to diary. As you can see, the calorie goal has updated to be 7,000. If you click on the calorie goal, you can see your progress with the macros for the day and the calories. So you have 3 sections here where you can add the foods: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can navigate to other days. I'm sure that if I keep navigating here, I have foods added to them when I was testing. So on today, May 4th, right, we want to add a food to breakfast, and we have a couple of options when it comes to adding a food. The first thing we can do is add a custom food. Right here, as you can see, I kept the styling, I kept the cyberpunk, futuristic style or sci-fi style. That's why I call this the Sci-fi app, really, but it doesn't really have a name. That was just the name of the project, the Sci-fi app, because it's sci-fi, right? And I kept that style throughout all screens in the app. But anyway, here you can add a custom food. So you could add like homemade spaghetti. Oh, I can't spell spaghetti. Homemade spaghetti. Okay, calories. Any calories you. By the way, just noticed that that's a problem. That the text, if the name of the food is too long, as you can see, it doesn't look too nice. But in calories, you can type anything. You can say it has 3,000 calories. You can say it has 40 carbs, 45 grams of fat, and 150 grams of protein, 160. That's all that it asks for. So you can add, and it adds it. So you have the 3,000 calories on the right. You have the name of the food. You have the brand. In this case, it's custom. And it's been added to the food calories on top. If you click on it, you can see that you've achieved 40% of your calories today. You have 4,450 calories remaining. You have the 3 carbs where you can track them to see how many carbs you've eaten from that macro. In different colors, you have the protein green, fat red, and carbs blue. Another way you can add a food is through voice commands. So I'm gonna say something. Pizza. Okay, pizza might have not been the most creative thing to add, but so how this works, I probably should explain how this works. So this is connected to an API, right? This is connected to OpenAI API, and it converts my speech to text. And so because it converts my speech to text, then I gave it a prompt so that it was like an expert nutritionist. And I actually have the hook on here. Let me see if I can show it real quick. So I'll go back to the hooks, right? I have the hooks in here. Use food settings. No, that's not it. Use voice to macro. So I'm talking to API. First of all, I'm getting all the permissions that I need to start recording with the microphone. And then I'm transcribing speech to audio with the Whisper model from OpenAI. And then I'm analyzing the text I got from the OpenAI. I gave it a prompt to be an expert nutritionist API, so it knows how to do the macros for any meal you tell it to. So in this case, I told it pizza, and it automatically did. Okay, I see there's a problem with the math. I think it's only with some foods that there's a problem with the math. that it says 0.2 grams of carbs and 0.1 grams of fat. Math was definitely the hardest thing to deal with while I was building this app, because there were always new problems when it came to the math of the macros. Anyway, this is another screen that we hadn't seen before. This is the add food settings screen. So this is where you can change some settings before you add the meal. In this case, we're updating it. That's why it says update on top. But we can change the serving size of this pizza to ounces if we want. We can change it to kilograms if we want. And we can modify the quantity, of course, to like 20 kilos if we want, to 1.5 kilos if we want. We can use decimals there. We can add it to either breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Here we can select which category we want it to be added to. I'm going to add it to lunch, so you can see that it adds to lunch. It moved from breakfast to lunch because I updated the meal. Right? Now, let's say I don't want the meal anymore. I can just swipe right and it deletes it. That's cool, right? Now, another cool thing is that if I have a breakfast added, so if I have something added on one day and then on the next day I want to add it real quickly by just swiping, I can do that. So, you know, all the apps, the calorie tracking apps have that feature where they let you copy the breakfast from the day before. Well, my app lets you do it too. You can just swipe and it's going to copy yesterday's breakfast, which is just salad, this meal that I have here. You can delete it, swipe it, delete it, swipe, delete it, swipe, right? What is another way you can add a food? Through the scanning barcode. Now, this is something that I really wanted to use from my MyFitnessPal. And I have, as you can see there, I had a product there to test it. So this is Saladitas. This is a Mexican food from the brand Gamesa. You can see the brand there under the name. You can see the serving size. This is the custom serve. There are some foods that have custom serving sizes, and you'll see later. This is just the standard 100 grams. Now, with some foods, it's not perfect. Where am I getting all these results from? You might be wondering when I scan that thing. I have it connected to the Open API, to the Open Food Facts API, and it's not the most perfect API, of course, especially because it's free. Because that's a problem I realized that I would have when I was building this app. I realized that my biggest problem would be that I don't have access to a massive database of food like MyFitnessPal does. So the ones I have access to are not perfect, not very accurate with every food. That's why also the math is breaking for that food. So number of servings, you can change it to anything. If you change it to grams, 20, lunch, dinner, breakfast, you can choose anything, add it. Okay, so we can add through voice, barcode scanning, custom adding. What else? Of course, we can also search. So if we want to search for whey protein, by the way, things that you've already searched appear there before you even type enter. So that's why I can see the protein there before even typing enter. Click or pressing enter. Now, natural whey protein. Okay, I just searched for whey protein. I see a bunch of options here. I see natural whey protein as the first option. That one looks good. And I can click on 1 scoop, and it automatically says that 1 scoop has 130 calories, which is correct. It has 23 grams of protein, 5 grams of carbs, and 2 grams of fat. And then I can see the same thing, which category I want to add it. I see the name, I see the brand, pure protein, and then I can add it, right? I can say I had 5 scoops in a day. And you can do it with any food. With milk, you can say I had 50 grams of milk, 30 calories. As you can see, with these foods, the calories are not broken, or the grams are not broken. Like the math or the macros is not broken. It's just with some foods. And also because the searching feature you're seeing now is not connected to the Open Food Facts API, but this one is actually connected to the Fat Secret API. So I have like 3 different APIs here: the OpenAI one, the Open Food Facts one, and the Fat Secret one. The fat secret one is the one that controls the searching. The OpenAI is the one that controls the speech to text for the voice commands, and the barcode scanning is from the Open Food Facts because it was just the best. I tried multiple APIs. I also tried the USDA, but it didn't work as good as Fat Secret, so I just left Fat Secret there. One last way you have to add a food is with OpenAI, with the OpenAI API. So let's just say I had a chicken Costco. I think it's not here. I mean, it's here. Okay, that's too easy. Let me just search for something else, like pasta with tomato. Now I have a bunch of options, and none of these options are accurate for what I want to add. So I can just scroll down to the bottom, and I see an option that says AI estimate. An AI estimate, AI estimates the calories for you for 100 grams. So as you can see on the name, it says pasta with tomato AI estimate, and then you can change the quantity to whatever you ate and add it. So in total, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and the AI estimate. You have 5 ways to add a food on the app. You can easily delete. You can easily add to dinner. I mean, it's not breakfast. I've only been adding to breakfast, but you can literally add to dinner as well. Not a problem. So I think I've showed every feature of my app. Again, you can see your progress during the day here. You can see the meals you've added. You can update. This whole app took me like a month and 10 days to get to be done, to be made, right? To build. And it was an adventure. I learned a lot from React. I learned a lot from just creating mobile apps, math, and a bunch of functions that I had to do, talking to APIs. I learned a lot from this. I'm gonna keep building. I'm actually working on another app that I won't be disclosing right now, maybe in the future, but I'll keep learning programming. It's one of the things I want to do. So thanks for watching, and see ya.